Okay, Mr. Bryan, you stood at 20 feet and read what the average person can read at 20 feet with your right eye. And then you stood at 20 feet and read what the average person could read at 25 feet in your left. So that's pretty dang good. So now we're going to do what's called the confrontation test, and it measures your peripheral vision. So I'm going to close my eye on the side and you close your opposite. Alright, and you tell me when you can see my fingers moving.
No.
Opposite eye.
No.
Alright, good. So, the next thing that we need to do is I'm going to look at your eyes a little bit more. I don't see any bags under your eyes. No discharge, of course. At initial glance there, your eyebrows, they're nice and dark and they're evenly distributed on both sides of your face. Your eyes close, of course, together and open, and there's no tremors, and feel here around your lacrimal glands. Feel any nodules or anything there. I'm going to take a peek here at your the lacrimal gland and as well as the conjunctiva. So they're nice and pink and moist. And lacrimal glands are not enlarged. Good. Your sclera is white, and I don't see any kind of discharge or anything coming from that. Your cornea, I'm going to check that out here with my pen light. The cornea is clear, which it should be. It's like a dome shape covering over your eye. It doesn't allow anything to get in that's foreign, pretty much. And I didn't see any corneal arcus, which is like lipids deposited around it. We usually see that with older people. The next thing that we're going that I looked at was the iris, and it's the same color in both eyes. They're both hazel. Your pupil, it constricted whenever I moved the light across them appropriately. They're about 4 to 5 mLs in size, millimeters in size. And I didn't see any nystagmus or any shaky eye movements. The next thing I need to look at is the movement of your extraocular muscles. And we're going to do the 6 cardinal signs. So I want you to follow my finger up and down. Good, so you followed my finger very well. Both eyes went where my fingers went to. I'm now going to do the corneal light reflex. I'm going to have you to stare at an object this way while don't move your head, just move your eyes. Okay. Look at an object. And both of them are converging as the light was reflected into those eyes. Good. So the next thing I'm going to look at is the inside of your eyes, and I'm going to use an ophthalmoscope. And turn the light out. Alright. So what I was looking at in your eyes there, I was looking at the lens, which was transparent. The red reflex I saw is going into the retina. And then I also saw the retina, which was yellow, and that's how the normal should be. I didn't see lesions there. I saw the blood vessels in your eyes, so you're nice and vascularized. and the optic disc was yellow, probably about 1.5 millimeters in size, which is the normal for that. The macula, however, is not easy to visualize because I would have to dilate your eyes, and we do not have means to do that. I'm going to test the anterior chamber by shining my pen light onto your conjunctiva and your sclera. And so when I did that, I was able to see your iris, and it was totally lighted, which is what the normal we should be seeing, okay?
Good.
Alright, good. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to look at your nose here. Any pain or tenderness?
No.
Right, breathe in. Breathe in. Alright, good. So, the nose there, it's nice and patent. No, didn't feel any masses there. There was no tenderness. There's no discharge coming from the nose. It's nice symmetrical, and it's straight, and it's uniform in color to your face there. And I didn't feel any lesions. There's no lesions on your face or filling for that. I'm going to now look on the inside of your nose. Okay, so it's they're nice and oval shaped there on the outside, and the inside of your nose there, it's nice and pink, and it's moist. It looks like I could see a little bit of hair on the inside of it there, which is normal for everything. Everything looks in alignment.
Good.
The next thing that I'm going to look at now is I'm going to palpate your sinuses,
Okay.
your frontal sinus here. Let me know if you have any tenderness. Anything with that?
No.
Alright, so we're going to move on to the mouth. I'm going to take a look in your mouth. Say ah. Ah. Alright, good. All your teeth are intact. Everything is pink, moist. The in the back of your mouth, where the hard and the soft palates, they meet in the back nicely and evenly like they're supposed to be. The tongue is pink and moist, and it moves appropriately whenever I was doing that. The uvula is positioned midline with the soft palate, which is where it's supposed to be back there. The next thing that I'm going to look at is your ears. Okay.
Okay.
Is there anything on this thing? Take a look on the outside first. So the auricle is smooth. There's no lesions or anything there. It moves freely. Moves freely on both sides. Uniform with the skin color too. It's nice and firm. I'm gonna look inside your ears now. So I don't see any wax or cerumen in there. It's nice and pink and lighted. Tympanic membranes in there. It's like a grayish color. Don't see any perforation. I see that the light reflex in the handle of Malley is okay. Again, no wax or CeraMe in there. No foreign bodies. White pink. Tympanic membranes in there. It's the same grayish color. And the light reflex and handle mallees again, they're all okay. They look normal.
Good.
And there's no perforations.
Good.
Which is good. So, and you've been responding appropriately to questions. So I don't doubt that you have any problems with your hearing. I'm going to do what's called a whisper test. Okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to stand behind you and I'm going to whisper 3 numbers and I want you to tell me what you hear. First, I want you to close your left ear off.
8, 2, 1.
Good. And now let's do it the other way.
7, 6, 5.
Good. All right. And now we're going to do what's called a Weber and Rhine test. I want you to tell me if you can feel this. In the middle of your head.
Yeah.
Okay, good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do an air and a bone conduction test with the Rhine test. So I want you to tell me if you're feeling this. You should feel the air conduction should go like twice as long as what the bone conduction does whenever you feel it on your bone compared to what you hear it.
Okay.
So I want you to tell me what you hear, okay?
Buzzing.
How long have you heard this?
Not too long after you put it on.
Like 15 seconds, something like that? Okay.
Yes.
Can you tell me how long you're hearing this?
I'm still hearing it since you put it up. Still hear it.
Probably about 30 seconds. Yeah, you should probably hear it. You should hear it longer in the air rather than on the bone. So that's good. All right. Next thing I need to go over with you is your thyroid. You don't have any thyroid problems, right?
No.
I'm just going to feel around here. Look at your trachea. Trachea is in midline position where it should be. No tugging. I don't feel any nodules over this area. I'm going to have you take a sip of water as I stand behind you and palpate your thyroid. Go ahead. Okay, so the glands, they move nice and smoothly over that, and I don't feel any nodules or swelling of any kind there. Any tenderness?
No.
Alright, good. So now I'm going to palpate your lymph nodes, and preauricle, and they're soft. Postauricle, preauricle, and the parotids, and they're all soft. Any tenderness?
No.
Sublingual. The tonsillar. Feel back your preoccipital again. No tenderness there either, huh?
No.
It's soft, which is good. Go down here in your cervical areas. Post-cervical and deep cervical. No pain or tenderness there, and they're soft as well. Alrighty, so now I need to, I'm going to feel for your carotid artery here. Look at your carotids and your jugulars, okay?
Okay.
And can you hold your breath? Good regular pulse. No bruise. Let me listen to this side now. Same thing. Alright, no bruise. Good. Look at your jugular. We can't really, we really can't osculate that area, so I'm just gonna look and see if I can identify an area. Yeah, it's about 1 to 2 centimeters there on your neck. Okay, good. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at your chest and your abdomen and your back. So can you take your shirt off for me, please? Take a look here real quick. So the skin's uniform in color on both sides. The framework's obvious. The clavicles are prominent, but I do not see your ribs, which is good. I'm going to feel your sternum here. Your sternum's nice and inflexible the way it should be. I don't see any cyanosis, anything that would indicate that you are not getting well oxygenated anywhere on your hands, your skin, your nails,
Okay.
anything down here. They're nice and pink and blanchable, which is good. I don't see any venous patterns over your chest here, which is good. I'm going to feel here. C7 and T1 is there. They're at the top of the spine. I noticed that the AP diameter, which is how your chest is laid out from front to back, it is of the normal, meaning that the front is less prominent than the back, which is it's like a transverse diameter that they put it on whenever they compare the sides for that.
Okay.
I don't hear any audible stridor or wheezing from you, which is good. And I didn't notice any foul smells coming from your breath earlier, which is also well done. So now I'm going to palpate for areas of tenderness across your chest here. I don't see any visible masses. And I'm not feeling any visible masses either. Take a listen now. Just normally. We're gonna your thoracic expansion is symmetrical. I'm gonna test tactile firmness, which is I'll have you repeat the word 99, and I'm going to feel over your chest while you do it.
Okay. 99, 99, 99, 99.
Okay, good. Now I'm going to listen one more time while you repeat 99. Okay, as I lay my stethoscope on you, please repeat 99.
Okay. 99, 99, 99, 99, 99, 99, 99, 99.
Alright, good. And there was no decrease or absent fremitus with that, and also whenever you were speaking, your voice was nice and muffled and indistinct, which is what it should be and sound like whenever it's in your chest, okay?
Okay.
So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to percuss across your chest here a little bit. Okay, and when I did that, I heard a resonant sound. It was loud in intensity, low in pitch, long duration, hollow quality, the way it should be, okay?
Good.
Good. Alrighty, and then whenever I was auscultating your lungs there, I did not hear any crackles, any wheezing, bronchi, or friction rubs. So everything sounds real good from this point of view, okay?
Okay.
Alright, the next thing I'm going to have you to do is lay down for me. And I'm going to again inspect any tenderness.
No.
And there's no masses palpated or visible. Alright, we're going to do the 99 again. Go ahead.
99, 99, 99, 99, 99, 99,
Take a listen.
99, 99, 99, 99, 99, 99.
Alright, so breathe normally. I'm just going to listen to your heart here. And then the aortic area, second intercostal space, right mid-clavicular line. Moving to the left, pulmonic, second intercostal space, left mid-clavicular line. And down to Erg's point, the fourth intercostal space, third intercostal space, fourth intercostal space, the tricuspid valve, and listen to your mitral valve at the fifth intercostal space, left mid-clavicular line. Can I have you turn to the side, please? And lay your arm behind you. Take another listen to your heart here. Alright, good. You can lay back. Your heart's nice, even, regular rhythm. Heard S1 and S2, which is lub-dub. It's the regular heart sounds, and didn't hear any gallops or murmurs or anything like that. So
Good.
everything sounds normal there in that area. The next thing that I'm going to listen to is your belly.
Okay.
You have 4 quadrants. Nice active bowel sounds there. Everything sounds good. I'm going to listen to the major arteries
Okay.
here. Start with the aortic. You have nice active bowel sounds there. Your arteries, I didn't hear any thrills or any venous hums of any kind. I'm just going to lightly palpate over your areas. Please tell me if you're tender anywhere.
Okay.
Any tenderness there?
No.
Try to feel for your liver here. Push down just a little bit more. I might feel the edge there. It feels a little bit smooth. Feel for your spleen. Don't really feel that. my left kidney. Not really feeling that either. That's okay. It's hard to palpate sometimes. I feel the right kidney. It's nice and smooth there. Alright. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the length of your liver.
Okay.
Okay. Measure it here. So it's about between 3 and 4, which inches is what it should be. Okay.
Okay.
Alright. And then whenever I was listening, I need to percuss your abdomen is the next thing that I need to do. So I'm going to tap over your abdomen a little bit. Okay, so the right upper quadrant is like a dull sound to it, and your left upper quadrant is more tympanic, and so are the lower quadrants as well, your right and your left, and that's how it should be. Okay.
Okay.
So everything sounds good that way. I'm going to, the next thing we're going to do is I also didn't notice any masses or any palpable areas where there could be masses in there. So everything looks and feels good. Can you lift your head up for me one more time? Alright, and no masses are visible there. And I didn't notice any hernias or anything like that. Okay, I'm going to test for 2 more things. Splenic dullness. Okay, and it's a tympanic sound there and an aortic pulsation. And it's there. Alright, good. Now we're going to move on to your musculoskeletal exam, okay?
Okay.